Hi guys, Righteous Raymond here, back again with another powerful dose of truth for the day, and that is this. This is kind of a part two, but it's kind of standalone as well. In my previous video, I talked about how you can spot out toxic or narcissistic or abusive men by their dating profiles. If you're on dating apps, you can tell before you even swipe, before they even message you. You can tell early on if they are toxic or narcissistic by their dating profile. So I'm assuming, I've never been on a dating app before, but I'm assuming they all have an about me. I'm sure they all have an about me, okay? And in the about me, it makes sense that you would talk about yourself. You know, you would say, like for me, if I had a dating profile, I would say, I'm in my early 40s. I'm 40 years old. In my early 40s, no children, never been married. I'm looking for a serious relationship, marriage, eventually marriage, fun personality, Christian. I prefer you not have any pets. The age range I would probably date, I would probably say, like, I would like to travel more. I'm a foodie. I love to eat out, you know, stuff like that. And maybe say what I do for a living, right? That's what I was saying about me. That's not so with the disciplinary directive rhetorical patterns of the narcissistic, toxic, abusive. And I say abusive because I don't know if TikTok or YouTube will flag my video if I say the straight up word altogether. So I say abusive or abuse or abuser. So with the abuser's profile, he'll say, he won't talk about himself. He won't talk about me. He'll talk about you. He'll talk about y'all. He'll say, woman must have a low body count. What's it got to do with you? Must have a low body count. Cannot have children. If you had children, you should have stayed with your baby's daddy. Woman must cook. I require you to cook for me. You must do FaceTime within the first 48 hours. No games. I'm tired of these games with you all. I'm not paying for your meal if you're not going to give me any schmecks in the first date. I know I saw this one profile I looked up on Google. The guy was saying, I'm a pureblood. I thought pureblood in his case meant like Aryan race, but I think pureblood means he never received the C19 vax, the C19 vax. And he was saying, so in his profile, he said, if you were dumb enough to get the VAX, then you're too dumb to date me. And he was just being very rude in his about me. And it's like, shouldn't your about me be about you? But he spent his whole about me. I mean, he said a couple of things about himself, like how much he made a year. He was pure blood. He said he was taller than Tom Hardy, whoever that is. But for the most part, his profile about me was about what women should be. And he was really just trying to insult women. He was trying to insult women. He said, if you have children, that's great, but you should stay with your baby's daddy. Like, just rude. And this another guy's profile I looked up, I read my previous video. He was talking about how women must be active in bed. He's a Clydesdale and she must cook for him. And, you know, just being like all his directions. And so what this shows you is that before this person even meets you, they're already assuming that they have a right to tell you what to do. Before this person even meets you, before you even express interest in them, they're already telling you, you ought to be happy to serve me dinner, to give this to me, to give your body to me. And so that's very problematic. So watch out for things like that. But in this video, I'm going to go more into other toxic speech patterns. You may not see this on the dating profile, but you will see this in the first few dates. You'll see this in the relationship, the marriage. So this is Google AI overview. Toxic speech patterns or narcissistic men are designed to manipulate, control, and invalidate. They're intended to manipulate you to get what they want out of you, to control you, to control your actions, your thoughts, your words, your behaviors, and to invalidate your feelings, your thoughts, your desires, okay? And they do a lot of gaslighting, okay? Gaslighting is when somebody makes you doubt your own thoughts, okay? So you feel like, I think he was trying to shade me in that last comment he made about how I look in his outfit. But he'll gaslight you into thinking that that's not what I meant. That's not what you heard. You're believing things. You're misunderstanding things. You're misconstruing things, okay? So let me give y'all some examples. Some key patterns include aggressive sarcasm. Yeah, right. As if somebody would want to be with you. If you left me, as if somebody would want to be with you. You're the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world. Yeah, right. That's that deep, like, biting sarcasm. I mean, so aggressive sarcasm is Marxist humor. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean that. I was just kidding about nobody would want to be with you when you left me. I was just kidding. Constant belittlement. Oh, you like that little outfit you got on. You like that little degree you're getting. You like that little business you're starting. Constantly little belittlement. Yeah, you like that little degree, that little car, you got the little apartment, you got the little house, you got the everything is little. So watch it for language like that. Rewriting history. I didn't hit you. You tripped and fell on my fist. I did not hit you. And feigning victimhood. I can never do anything right. I'm always wrong. Everybody thinks I'm doing wrong. I'm just trying to be a nice person. Everybody keeps misunderstanding me. This is something that you will hear often with the narcissist. Okay. So here are some core narcissistic speech patterns apart from the directive, the disciplinary directive, rhetorical pattern you see in the dating profiles. You'll see a lot of gaslighting and denial. You'll hear phrases like, "You're too sensitive. I was just kidding. I wasn't really flirting with her. I was just kidding. I didn't really think she was that pretty. You're too sensitive," or "You're crazy. You thought I was flirting with her? The waitress? You're crazy." Or, "I never said that. I never said I was going with you to Thanksgiving. I never said that. I never said that. What are you hearing things? You're imagining things." So gaslighting and denial is used to make you doubt your reality and your memories. I'm here to tell you right now, you all, you're not lying. Believe yourself. Trust you. You know what you heard. You know what you saw. You know what you felt. You know what you experienced. Don't let them trick you. Let's keep going. Projection is when they accuse you of the very behavior that they're exhibiting, such as calling you controlling or dishonest when they're acting that way. They accuse you of cheating because they're cheating. They're like, I'm gonna throw her off my trail by putting her on my trail. Okay? I'm gonna put her in front of me on the trail so I can keep accusing her of cheating when I'm cheating in the background on the trail, you know? Victim blaming and deflection. Instead of taking responsibility, they use phrases like, "Well, I'm sorry you feel that way," which is not an apology. "I'm sorry you feel hurt." Or if they, do this to you, they'll say, "You made me do it." Or they say they acted real bad in your graduation or your birthday party and they just ruined your birthday. They'll say, "You ruined this. Why did you make me angry? Why did you make me act out so bad? Why did you make me hit you?" Okay, constant criticism and belittlement. Disguising abuse as, "I'm just teasing, I'm just kidding. You can't take a joke." Like they say you're insecure about your belly fat. They'll pinch your belly fat and they'll say, "Oh, little tubby, I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. Oh my gosh, you're so sensitive. You can't take a joke." All right, they're doing this to erode your confidence after they insult you and to make you feel insecure. Isolation tactics. Statements designed to cut you off from your support, such as, "Your family doesn't even like me. I don't know why you hang out with them. They don't even like me. All they're gonna do is talk about me when you go over there. They're gonna insult me when you go over there. Your friend, you care more about your friends, you care about me. You're always spending time with them. You never spend time with me." All right, monologuing and interrupting. Controlling conversations, ignoring your input, and talking for long periods of time to assert dominance. Just talking so long stretches of time, never pausing to ask your opinion, never pausing to let you speak. They're just talking at you. I did a video on monologuing, a narcissistic monologuing a few days ago as well. And some more rewriting history, selective memory. Forgetting their own transgressions while vividly recalling your past mistakes to use against you. I've had exes who said some really egregious things to me that I would say something like real playful with them. Like I told you in one video, I called one of my pastor exes. I called him bishop or prophet. So he said something rude to me, and I said that was kind of rude. He said, "Well, you were calling me bishop, you were calling me prophet. I told you not to call me prophet." And it's like, if I called you something that was like positive, and you're actually in the ministry versus you calling me this, and it was just an insult. So they kind of have like selective memory. They'll call you out for stuff that you did that's like this big, and then they have a false equivalency where they say something that you did that was this big. They'll make it equal to something they did to you this big, and they'll say, "Well, you did that." But I was like, "But it was this big," So they kind of do it. I did a video on false equivalency as well. So they'll forget their own transgressions. They'll cheat on you with like 20 women, and then if you go on one date or you answer a phone call from your ex, then you the bad guy. All right, unsolicited advice and false superiority, using a patronizing tone to imply they are smarter or better than you, often framing themselves as a victim of your incompetence. Like, "You women, you just don't get it. Come, let me show you. Give it to me. I'll show you how to do it. I'll place an order." These women, what she meant to ask for was, so these communication strategies are not meant for dialogue, but for winning, controlling, or maintaining a fragile ego that they have. They often use high conflict communication, very angry, high power conversation, turning simple discussions into screaming matches to intimidate or exhaust their partner. That's according to Time magazine. So you all, thanks for watching. Watch the previous videos about, disciplinary directive rhetoric. Very good video. And buy my book on Amazon or Kindle. Bye.